So I forgot to put this in the introduction, but the spread I did for everyone is we have purification, which is what to release, what to burn, planting the seed, what to start manifesting, or what to start focusing on. We have celebration, which is basically what you've achieved or what to start celebrating, obviously. How to celebrate it with the self care oracle deck and a couple words of affirmation. All right, so make your choices, and I'll be starting in a couple seconds. All right, so pile number one, for those of you guys who chose the rose quartz there. All right, so I'm going to start with Beltane burning, or what to focus on, or what to let go of for the month of May. So you guys, I feel like a lot of you guys are spreading yourselves too thin, just because the woman in the card here, she's kind of shooting her arrows in various different directions, but she's also not looking at where they're going, so they're not really hitting the bullseye or the mark. And I feel like it's just too much dedication to too many things at once, and that kind of energy isn't really letting you focus on where you want to go or where you need to go. This one, for what to start focusing on for the month of May. For the month of May, a lot of these king cards in the Wawa Tarot deck, I kind of view them as leadership or goal orientation. For this card in particular, I feel like this snake resembles the currents or the people viewing this reading, and these other snakes, similar to the arrows, kind of resembles what they're dedicated to or their kind of quote unquote problems. I feel like so similar to the arrows that are kind of in various different directions, they're not really hitting the bullseye mark. I feel like this kind of this whole like mess of snakes down there is kind of has the same kind of chaotic, confusing energy. You're just kind of spreading yourself too thin, or you don't know where to go, or at least for some of you, you're just kind of. It kind of feels like what you're dedicated to, or what you're working on. Well, I wouldn't say that's the right word to say. I would say what you're kind of focusing on is just kind of too much for you right now, and it's basically saying to kind of pull away from the energy. So that snake, so the snake above there, is what it's doing right now. It's kind of pulling away from the energy and kind of looking from above and kind of seeing a new perspective. I also think the snake above kind of sees what kind of mess this is, and is deciding to kind of orient itself into a new direction. So instead of being one of the snakes in the pile down here, it's saying to kind of move out and look at it from above, or just kind of pull away. In other words, let's find a balance between a few things, because yeah, I just think you're just doing too many things at once, and that's kind of affecting you. Excuse me. All right, so for the celebration card, just because it's reversed, I don't think it's a negative card, or that it means it's just your life being, I guess, ruined in a way, because that wouldn't make sense to celebrate. But I do think it is saying that your life or path may take a different direction, which kind of makes sense, especially if you choose to bring yourselves out of that confusing, chaotic energy that you're in right now, kind of put yourselves out. I also think a lot of you guys, the thought of kind of pulling away from one thing might be a little bit anxiety inducing, just because I feel like some of you guys might be working various jobs, and that could give you some kind of stability mindset, or some kind of mindset where you think you're stable. But like I said earlier, spreading yourself too thin is not really stable at all. This is just saying to not be afraid of those changes and to just let new things come in. This card again is just verifying what I just said before. I am open to give and I am open to receive. So yeah, I think this is pretty much could be taken at face value of what I said before. If you're doing too many things at once, don't just pretty much be open to simplifying, be open to maybe doing something new that's a lot more simple. And for your celebration, or how to celebrate for the month of Beltane, or just for celebrating in general for May. So I don't think this card is exactly relevant to what I just said before, but I do think it's relevant to some of you, or a lot of you in the reading. Alright, so we have how to celebrate. I don't really have much to add on to this card. It is kind of straightforward. For those of you guys who are celebrating Beltane, make a meal of whatever is relevant to Beltane. But for those of you guys who don't, I also think it's saying to eat healthier, start planning your own meals, meal prep. And yeah, that was for pile number 1. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I also have my Instagram down below where I have tarot updates and personal readings as well. Alright, pile number 2, for those of you guys who chose the this orange crystal here. So I was watching a video, I'm still watching it, it's just on pause right now, but I was watching a video by Behati Life, which I'll link down below because I do think it's relevant to you guys who chose this pile. So she was basically saying that some of you guys are meditating in a way to distract yourselves from the problems instead of meditating to center and ground yourself, or using meditation as it should be. Or I wouldn't say as it should be, but being more productive with your meditation, because this is what you need to release and let go of. This card makes me think of that one meme where it's a cartoon of a dog in a burning room, in a burning building, and he's pretending that everything is fine when you obviously that is not okay, or everything is not fine. But so this sun here in the back, I don't see that for this reading here. I'm not seeing that as the actual sun, but rather as things just burning up behind you, and you're just choosing to ignore that and pretend that everything is fine because you see all these flowers in front of you. You're more focused on those flowers there instead of the burning flames behind you. This card, this is what you need to focus on. It's saying that things may not be okay right now, but that in itself is okay. Acknowledging that things aren't okay is okay, and it's going to help you be more focused about where you need to go. It's also saying that it's also saying to kind of face your problems head on, because that is also the celebration card here, or you guys need to celebrate. It's saying that once you face your problems and not be in constant denial of them, you're going to be able to move forward with where you need to go. The bear card is also equivalent to the judgment card, so it's also saying that you guys are going to be able to really focus your energy, and you guys are going to be able to focus your energy to a more productive state, and that's going to help you pretty much judge what you need to do, and judge what is a more productive thing to do. I also feel like a lot of you guys should be doing a lot of shadow work or inner child work, because this card, as I release the past, I awaken to possibility and allow my true essence to be revealed. So yeah, this card, I do think it's about shadow work and inner child work. I do feel like a lot of you guys, the things that you're denying are things that are being brought up. You don't want to face them right now, but it is saying that you do need to face these, and that's it's going to make you uncomfortable. But again, it's saying that you it's saying that pushing that feeling away is just gonna prolong it. Sweeping things on the rug isn't going to get rid of it completely. You're going to still deal with it in the future or eventually, and you're also going to add more things onto that those problems there. So just by dealing with it right now or dealing with it head on, you're going to be able to release that from you and move forward on your path. This card is also saying to be patient. So I trust in divine timing and find peace in life's magnificent unfolding. So even though you may be hesitant to deal with those problems or to do a bit of shadow work or inner child work, it's saying to be patient with the universe, but also be patient with yourself as well. It's also another message that I'm getting. It's going to take a little bit of time to heal yourself, but again, just be patient with everything that's going on around you. All right, and your how to celebrate for Beltane or what to do for active self-care. It's kind of like what am I getting from this card? I'm kind of saying this as not exactly meditating, but to kind of relax and kind of, okay, so what I'm trying to say is facing your problems head on. You don't have to be hectic about it. You don't have to be all tense about facing your problems head on. It's time to relax first and then kind of face your problems. But for others of you, I do think it's saying that doing some shadow work or inner child work can take a lot out of you, and it's saying to pretty much relax and do what you need to do after that. All right, that was pile number 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I also have personal readings down below, and my Instagram will also post tarot updates. All right, pile number 3. For those of you guys who chose this pendulum there. Okay, so I feel like this pile may also resonate with some of number 2, just because of this one here. So I'm going to jump around a little bit. So what you need to focus on is just basically moving yourself forward and facing things head on, which is what number 2 is saying. So obviously from the card, moving forward, you're going to face some struggles. But right now, I feel like you're kind of in this place where you're not dealing with that. It's saying whatever you're holding on to, you need to clear that out. Or it could be something that's holding on to you. You need to still clear that out because it is affecting how you're moving forward or how you're not moving forward, to put it in a better way. Because I think that this is kind of similar to pile number 1 as well. So I feel like some of you guys aren't facing things, or you're kind of holding on to things because it gives you that false sense of stability. So for pile number 1, to put it briefly, I was just saying that you guys were not holding on. You guys are doing too many things at once because maybe you have multiple jobs. And you just feel like that's going to give you more financial stability, but in reality, that's kind of spreading yourself thin. You're going to be drained from all that work that you're putting out. So that's what this card is also saying. So I'm not exactly getting sexual pleasure from this card, or I'm not getting that as saying that, but I think it's more about meditating on your chakras, more so the root and sacral chakras. I don't remember what the sacral chakra was about off the top of my head, but I do know that root chakra, if it's unbalanced, you may have some difficulties in your, I guess, in your financial life. That's like one of the things I know about the root chakra. Yeah, it's saying to pretty much heal and balance that out, and to clear whatever energy is holding you back from moving forward. So your celebration, or to celebrate for Beltane or the month of May, is saying that once you clear all this out, once you heal, or once you balance your chakras, balance your root chakra, start healing yourself and moving forward, you're going to be more focused on what you need to do, and be more focused on your path as well. So we have, I'm willing to let go of old patterns. So yeah, as I was saying before, some of you guys might be holding on to things that are kind of keeping you back, or some things in your lives are just it could be external factors as well that are holding you back. But again, clear that out by doing a lot of like root chakra meditation or sacred chakra meditations. And it's saying, I'm also saying that because you guys are holding on to this, it could be something you guys are going back to over and over again, just because of that false sense of stability. And it's saying to pretty much break away from that, and then you'll be able to move forward and be more direct in where you want to go. All right, so that was part number 3. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I also have my Instagram down below, where I also post tarot updates, and I have my personal readings in the description box as well. All right, pile number 4, for those of you guys who chose this Temple Jasper here. Okay, so I'm going to read your cards kind of at once, because I feel like they're all saying the same thing. And I feel like the overall message for you guys is about progression and moving forward, not looking back, just because of how this starts and ends. So how I'm reading this is you're kind of breaking away from something, or saying to break away from something. It could be a cycle for some of you, but for most of you, I do think you have a sense of what this is. Something that's not serving you. It could be kind of draining you, or feeling like it's taking away your life forces. This one is saying to continue moving forward and not look back. Or I feel like this is saying to remember why you broke away from this in the first place. Because for some of you, it could be that whatever it is that you're breaking away from could be tempting you to go back. Or you might be in a position where you might think you go back to that. And this is saying to not do that, and to focus your efforts in something else, or in a new direction. And then we have the celebration. What you should celebrate for Beltane, or just for May in general, is, yeah, I'm seeing this Kingfisher as someone who's looking forward and not looking back. And also for the Kingfisher, for most birds at least, it's actually physically impossible for them to fly backwards. So this is the same energy I'm getting for you guys, is that you're going to be leaving something behind that's not serving you. You're going to celebrate by just keep moving forward and pushing forward. Right, so we have I'm going to read one of the self-care cards with the one of the self-care cards with the affirmation cards. So we have self-care allows me to fully give to others without expectation. And then we have clean your space. So I feel like some of you guys are giving more towards other people. That could be what this is about too. It could be someone in your life as well. I don't think it's for all of you, but for this one, I feel like your space, maybe your home or your room, isn't the tidiest, and that's kind of affecting your mindset as well, just because of all the clutter and the mess. And for this one. I allow myself to simply experience this without judgment. So yeah, I also feel like some of you guys are too hard on yourselves as well. Maybe for this, especially if it's a repeated cycle, maybe you going back to this, you kind of kick yourself for doing that. But from this card, I do feel like I do see that you're gonna be able to move away from that soon. But just give yourself time and have some patience with it. So yeah, I feel like this is also literally saying to clean your room as well. And I also feel like this is vibrating as well because I need to do that too. But yeah, maybe I don't know, light some sage or Palo Santo, whatever it is that you need to do to clean the space, and that will in turn kind of like clear out your mind as well, and you'll be more focused on what you need to do. Right, so that was for pile number 4. I have my Instagram down below for tarot updates. I also do personal readings as well, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, pile number 5 for those of you guys who chose whatever this is. Alright, so for you guys, what you need to release, I feel like a lot of you guys are egocentric, or a lot of you guys are kind of pretending to know what you're doing and where you're going, but in reality, you actually don't, and that's going to make you end up more lost. So I'm pretty much seeing this person literally lost in the forest, but they're kind of trying to act like they know where they're moving forward. This is what you need to focus on, being more vulnerable and open with other people, being more honest with other people, letting them help you, and letting them know that you're lost and you don't know what you're doing, because they can help you, they can help guide you forward to where you need to go. I'm going to skip around a bit here because of the affirmation cards are literally saying that. So we have, it's okay to ask for help. Reaching out with an open heart makes me stronger. And then we also have, the clarity lies in deep surrender. So yeah, I'll step away from this energy. I feel like a lot of it is a bit ego-driven, where you don't want people to know that you're lost, you don't know what to do, but this isn't serving you at all. It's going to make you, and it's going to push you deeper down a road of just being more lost. And even though this may seem a bit intimidating, that these people that are going to help you on that right path. And what you should celebrate, or you're going to celebrate, is once you allow yourself to open up and be more vulnerable with other people, and ask for help. I think it's going to bring a sense of healing to yourselves as well. Right, and then we have the last card, which is positive affirmations. So I feel like some of you guys are pushing yourselves forward in a direction where you don't know where you're going, because I feel like it is ego-driven, but I also feel like you guys are a bit hard on yourselves, or you don't think that highly of yourselves, or you think that people might judge you. So this is saying to surround yourselves with positive affirmations. I mean, there are YouTube videos where you can look this up, subliminals as well, where you just remind yourselves that even if you don't know everything, no one does, but if you don't know everything, doesn't mean that you're like the dumbest person on earth. And this is just reminding you to tell yourselves that as well. Alright, so that was pile number 5. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and to follow Instagram for tarot updates, and down below, and look down below for personal readings as well.